Often when we are asked to solve a equation over, let's try that again. Often when we are asked to solve a trigonometric equation, instead of asking us to find all infinitely many of the solutions, it'll say just solve this over 1 unit circle worth of stuff. That way we can find the two base answers that we will then expand into all infinitely many answers if we need to. So let's solve the equation. Cosine of theta is equal to negative square root of 2 over 2. That is a unit circle number, so we're going to head to our unit circle. Remember, cosine sine x, y. So we're looking for someplace where the x is a negative square root of 2 over 2. And we can see that that happens right here on 3 pi over 4. And if we do a little more looking, another point where the x value is negative square root of 2 over 2 is 5 pi over 4. So we get our two answers of theta is equal to 3 pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. All right, let's make this a little bit harder. Notice that our next question, which is cosecant of theta is equal to negative 2, is not a unit circle thing. Cosecant is not on our unit circle. But we know that the reciprocal or the upside down of cosecant is sine. So how do I turn an integer into a fraction? Well, remember, you put a 1 under it, right? So we're going to put a 1 under the 2 and make it into a fraction. Now, if we reciprocal the trig function from cosecant to sine, we reciprocal the fraction. So sine is equal to negative 1/2. Head to our unit circle. Remember cosine sine, x, y. So we're looking for places where the y value is negative 1/2. And we can see that that happens in two places at 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. So we have two answers to this question. Theta is equal to 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. Last one is a little bit more difficult. The cotangent of theta is equal to negative 1. Again, cotangent is not something we can get from the unit circle. So we take our negative 1 and we turn that into a fraction by putting a 1 under it. We find the reciprocal. Tangent of theta is equal to 1 over negative 1. Well, doesn't that just mean that tangent of theta is equal to negative 1? So this is a little bit trickier because remember tangent, you always want to think y over x, top over top. How do we get something that is negative 1 from taking the numerator over the numerator of y over x on our unit circle? So let's look at this first angle. That would be 1 over square root of 3. Well, that's not 1, right? Or negative 1. So let's look at the next one. Is square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 negative 1? No, but it's positive 1. So I think we have found the right denominator. We're looking for things with a denominator of 4 because that at least got us a 1. So let's look in the second quadrant. What if we did square root of 2 divided by negative square root of 2? Will that give us a negative 1? Yes. So 3 pi over 4 is one of our answers. And then if we look in the opposite quadrant, in quadrant 4, we'll get negative square root of 2 divided by 2, and that will also be a negative 1. So our two answers are 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4 for our final answers.